Extra, extra, read all about it!
What follows is information regarding a police report made by Randall Cloak of 238 Allegheny Avenue, Kittanning, Pennsylvania. Cloak alleges that Richard Dosh assaulted him, but according to witnesses, Cloak's statement to the police is false. This video is divided into 5 parts. 1. Brief summary of what happened. 2. Negative effects of a false police report. 3. Police report excerpts. 4. Probable motivation behind filing a false police report. And 5. Call for action. Part 1. A brief summary of what happened. After the Applewald Borough Council meeting on June 28, 2022, Cloak, council president, unprofessionally told Dosh, council member, to go fuck yourself, twice. Minutes later Cloak staged an incident, then fabricated a story and later that evening filed a police report with the Kittanning police claiming Dosh assaulted him. There are witnesses that assert that no assault in the slightest degree took place by Dosh, and that Cloak was the aggressor. If true, it is quite serious that Cloak lied to the police, and knowingly filed a false police report. It would also be disgusting, disgraceful, and criminal. Part 2. Negative effects of a false police report. A false police report can result in the following damages. 1. Stress to the victim. 2. Damage to the victim's reputation. 3. A crime against the criminal justice system itself. 4. Causes an unnecessary criminal investigation, resulting in police being unable to address real crimes in the community. 5. Wasting officers' time and police resources is also a waste of taxpayer money. 6. A fine and/or jail time for the perpetrator. Part 3. Police report excerpts. Investigative Officer Corson is commenting, Cloak advised that after the council meeting, Dosh had pushed his fingers into Cloak's chest. Cloak advised that he spoke with his attorney and wanted assault charges pressed. Dosh advised that after the council meeting, there were words said between the two parties of Cloak and Dosh, but Dosh said that Cloak ran into him as he was talking to other people. I went over, and spoke with an Erica Bowser. Bowser said that she was there when Cloak ran into Dosh's hand, and that Dosh did not intentionally strike or put his fingers into Cloak's chest. As an analogy, if this involved a car accident, Cloak is driving his car. Dosh's car is parallel parked. Cloak purposely sideswipes Dosh's side view mirror, and now Cloak claims that Dosh's parked car drove into Cloak's car. Of course no charges were filed. There are other eyewitnesses as well who can testify and support a case against Cloak for filing a false police report. Part 4. Probable motivation behind filing a false police report. Part 4 is a video within a video. Background. Cloak seems to show that he is a narcissistic control freak and habitual liar, who is used to, and needs to, get his own way. Could Cloak's apparent increasing frustration, shown here, be the motivation for his extreme actions after the meeting? This video starts out with the board discussing the condition of the gazebo in the children's park. The board had previously recommended tearing it down.
I think the review from Bones, who has maintained it over the years, is the reason why we determined that that was what needed to be done.
Cloak says they were going to tear the gazebo down based on the recommendation of our maintenance man. Now Dosh is in the process of making a motion and is stating why he is making the motion.
I think the gazebo, personally, under my inspection, but I'm certainly not a contractor, was in good shape. So I think we should have some people come in and look at it to verify whether they think it's in good shape or not.
Okay, so we just 20 minutes ago we had a conversation about someone meeting certain requirements. So my recommendation would be that Senate Engineering takes a look at the gazebo and determines whether it's safe or not. Because
Cloak previously was ready to act on our maintenance man's opinion, but now he wants Senate Engineering to do the inspection, which would be a cost to the borough.
That doesn't make sense.
we like to, and this is something that comes up every time because we have local talent, we like to call it. Local talent has led to sinking storm sewers on Allegheny Avenue.
Those storm drains were installed by licensed contractors. Cloak is now making up false facts.
Yikes.
Watch to see how Cloak's mental processes, covered in a previously posted video, transgresses the discussion into different areas that are totally off track.
We're either going to use bonded engineers to complete the work in Applewald Borough, or we're not.
We don't have to
We
have.
can't be a little. We can't be a little bit pregnant.
Randy, you were
We're
in,
going to
I
have.
was in the process of making a motion, and you interrupt.
I'm
You
asking
know,
for clarity.
discussion comes after the motion is accepted.
And I'm asking for
all right?
clarity. What is the clarity? So you want
All right,
people
let
to
me
look
be clear.
at...
You want clarity? Here it comes.
Cloak seems to be arguing for the sake of arguing. The motion Dosh is trying to make involves assessing the condition of the gazebo, not the actual construction, and Cloak knows that.
So I think we should ask local talent, Tim, John, for advice. Take a look at it, see what they think.
And
They don't have to be contracted, contractors, licensed contractors, to give us their advice.
Which is going completely against what you've said in the past.
No, it's
that
not.
We need to have
No, it's
people that
not.
meet
They're
certain
not
requirements that
doing,
you've
they're
set.
not doing physical work.
Cloak's next comment was totally out of the blue and totally irrelevant.
Yeah, we also don't have an insurance letter from the folks doing the sign. I didn't think of that one.
What are you talking about?
And I'm not sure how that's relevant to.
Well, you brought it up, so I just...
No, Dosh did not bring it up. No one did. It seems Cloak is grasping for straws and trying to justify his totally off-subject and irrelevant comments.
wanted to
Tim,
point out.
I brought up asking somebody like Tim, somebody like John, take a look at it, see what they think, give us their advice.
So the letter,
And then we can
so
move
your
on
motion
from
is to ask whomever you would like to take a look at the gazebo and give us
Well, I'm gonna be
determination.
specific. I'm gonna ask Tim to take a look at it if he would. And I'm gonna ask John to take a look at it. John has been working for contractors, and Tim, you're probably a contractor, right? All right, so my motion is to ask those two people to take a look at it, give us their advice, and we'll discuss what their advice is in the next meeting. So I'd like to have that on the agenda.
Motion is made.
Motion is made.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second
I
by
think it'll be fine.
Mrs. Clowner. Discussion on the motion.
Cloak just properly called for discussion on the motion. This would have been the time for his ranting to have taken place. It seems he just wanted to cause trouble by interrupting Dosh while making a motion.
Big motion, sort of explains everything right there.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please note that I'm voting no because
Cloak did not say a word during the time that members are supposed to discuss their opinions and make recommendations on a motion. Apparently he is disappointed, did not expect the motion to pass, and now wants to have the last word.
we can't be a little bit pregnant. We're either going to use a contractor, a certified, bonded, registered engineering firm, or we're not. We're not going to pick and choose which projects we do under the advisement of an engineering firm and which projects we do just because someone knows how.
Cloak does not care that the board just passed a motion to have qualified local talent evaluate the condition of the gazebo. Now he is telling us how it is going to be. Some would say this is the behavior of a certified narcissistic control freak.
That's what's got us in the process of sinking sewers on Allegheny Avenue, because we knew someone who could do the work.
Can I say something to that, Randy?
No.
Why? I'm
So-
allowed to speak. That was a licensed contractor did the catch basins the whole way up Allegheny
It was a
Avenue.
Cloak was corrected by someone who knows the truth, so now Cloak switches to another off-topic subject. Is he trying to save face in a narcissistic control freak way?
licensed contractor who did it, and it was broken up into segments.
That's not what I heard
So
when
they
I talked to
did
the old
not-
secretary. She said that was out for bid.
Okay,
Once again Cloak is corrected by someone who knows the truth.
you bring up a great point.
No, the citizen did not bring up a great point. Cloak is the one who keeps bringing up irrelevant and off-subject points. Is this a narcissistic control freak personality at work?
She said it was all-
I believe, since there is so much innuendo circulating, there is so much discussion of everything that's being done wrong in Applewald Borough, because we're using a contractor to review the projects.
Remember, Cloak is supposedly explaining why he voted no on Dosh's motion. The motion was to have qualified people in the construction business give feedback on the condition of the gazebo. Nothing Cloak is saying is relevant to the motion. He is apparently just lashing out in a narcissistic control freak manner because he didn't get his way.
I think, I'll call your bluff on that.
What does that mean exactly?
Call your bluff on this? Where did that come from? What is he talking about?
I think we need to invite the Auditor General of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to come in and take a look at the books in Applewald Borough for the last 20 years.
Go ahead.
Let's determine if all of these contracts that were awarded, when we broke up paving into small projects, right? We break it into small projects so we don't meet the threshold that requires a bid. So again, I'll say it, we can't pick and choose when we want to follow the rules. The rules are the rules are the rules. The county uses Senate Engineering. Every municipality around here uses Senate Engineering.
Senate Engineering is the company hired to oversee and inspect the construction of our playground. Senate's invoices showed no records of inspection and the construction was not done properly. So much for Cloak's highly qualified company.
So I would like to ask for a motion tonight to invite the Auditor General in to inspect the books of Applewald Borough, so we can be done with this conversation about how everything is being done incorrectly. We're wasting money by relying on bonded, educated, professional engineers to
Yes, we wasted money on Senate Engineering regarding the playground project.
do the work.
So you think Senate Engineering need to be called on every little thing you want done down here in this community?
I think whenever there's something that's going
He's
to
talking
require
about a
work to
simple
be done.
pavilion that you could call local contractors around here that build houses that are reputable contractors, say, what do you think of this, and get it done. And you don't need Central Engineering to come in and pay them all this money to say, yeah, they can do that the right
when a
way.
bid is issued, it's going to be done in the proper manner.
I think it's financial responsibility to pick and choose.
Financial responsibility.
Get advice from somebody for a gazebo.
Financial responsibility. I can look at a gazebo and say it looks good. It falls down 2 weeks later. Who's responsible?
You're so bitter now you can't think straight.
Can you believe it? While grasping for straws, while huffing and puffing, while mercilessly pontificating, Cloak is supposedly, and ridiculously, still explaining why he voted no on Dosh's motion. Listening to him is exhausting. Cloak's ranting continues even longer. He is so off track and bent out of shape that he makes a motion to have the Pennsylvania Auditor General audit our books. That is not the job of the Auditor General, so that never happened. An occurrence like this could be so traumatic that it might cause a narcissistic control freak to fabricate a situation and file a false police report. But Cloak would not do that. Would he? Well, according to witnesses, Cloak did just that, after the meeting was over.
But I have no cure for what you have.
Part 5, Call for Action. Applewald Borough contracts with the Katanning Police Department. If Cloak lied to the police, then residents of both Applewald and Katanning were directly affected. All Americans need to stand up for, as they say, truth, justice, and the American way. To all citizens who respect the law, especially those in Armstrong County, please call or email the Armstrong County District Attorney to voice your support for charging Cloak with knowingly making a false police report. Don't delay. Armstrong County DA is Katie Charlton. Phone: 724-548-3209. Email: kmcharlton@co.armstrong.pa.us. Spread the word, share this video, contact the DA. Thank you.